On iBrand News Now, Governor El-Rufai sacks 4,000 workers. Allegedly missing 17.48 billion naira pension fund. Somalia's presidential election. Down to rights death saga. Many thanks for joining us on News Now. Here are some stories we're reporting at this hour. I am Margaret Opara. Now we'll begin the news from the Senate as the Committee on Public Accounts on Monday summoned Nikon Insurance PLC, ICO Insurance, and other insurance companies over their failure to allegedly remit 17.4 billion pension fund to the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate. The panel premised its summons on the 2016 report of the Auditor General of the Federation, which faulted the insurance firms for not remitting 17.4 billion to pension funds. However, the Executive Secretary of the Pension Directorate, Dr. Choma Ejikeme, told the committee that it took over the assets and liabilities of the defunct pension officers without a formal handing over. Ejikeme said on taking over, the directorate wrote all underwriters to make returns and remit whatever amount is in their custody into a CBN dedicated account. Some of the underwriters responded to the request, while some did not. The bank certificate of balances, accounting statement, 3 years financial statements, and policy files requested by the federal auditor were not handed over to PITAD at the time of consolidation. The Senate on Tuesday adjourned plenary till Wednesday over the recent death of 2 members of the National Assembly. Now, the upper chamber also held a minute silence in honor of both lawmakers who are members of the House of Rep. The decision to suspend plenary was carried out in line with the tradition of the National Assembly, following a motion moved by the Senate leader Yahya Abdullahi and seconded by the minority leader Eyinaya Abaribe. Haruna Maitala, until his demise, represented Pasad Jos North Federal Constituency of Plateau State. He died on April 2, 2021 in a gasoline motor accident. Moving on, President Yemi Osinbajo on Monday disclosed that the Redeemers University, Ede Osun State, is already working on the local production of COVID-19 vaccine. According to a statement by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Laolu Akande, the vice president spoke while representing the President Muhammadu Buhari virtually at a forum organized by the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. The presidential aide said, giving an update on the production of a local vaccine, Osinbajo noted that the African Center of Excellence for the Genomics of Infectious Disease located at Redeemers University, Ede, has developed an infectious rapid test for COVID. Now, Osinbajo added the center had been working on the vaccine in collaboration with Dow Synvex Digital Immune Optimized Synthetic Vaccine and Cambridge, UK. Describing Nigerian scientists as worthy assets to be nurtured, Osinbajo said the pandemic has truly opened up the immense talents and creativity of Nigerian scientists and engineers, and if the current momentum is supported, the next few years will be incredibly exciting. Now, with more stories, the National Primary Health Care Development Agency has entered into partnership with the Independent Corrupt Practices and other related offences Commission to enforce transparency in the deployment and administration of COVID-19 vaccines in Nigeria. The Executive Director of MPHCDA, Dr. Fiskar Shaibu, said this in a statement issued in Abuja on Monday. He explained that the ICPC will track and monitor the deployment and use of COVID-19 vaccines across the country with a focus of theft and embezzlement, service provision, vaccine availability, and advisory. According to him, the collaborative effort was founded on ICPC's threefold mandate of enforcement, prevention, and public education and enlightenment to prohibit corrupt practices and other related offences. And now the Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai on Monday laid out some of its workers citing high wage bill and dwindling revenues. The state government disclosed this in a statement titled, issued by the Special Advisor to the State Governor on Media and Communication. Already some local workers in states, it was learned, had received their disengagement letters. And justifying its decision to lay off workers, the Kaduna State government said that what it had been receiving from FAAC, the Federation Account Allocations Committee, since the middle of 2020, like most other sub-nationals, can barely pay salaries and overheads. Governor El-Rufai insisted that the government was not elected just to pay salaries of public servants alone, but also develop the state by building schools, hospitals, upgrading infrastructure, and making the state more secure and attractive to private sector for jobs and investments. And now, no fewer than 40 houses were set ablaze on Monday by gunmen suspected to be Fulani herdsmen in Umuogadu and Ubodocha villages in the Ohauku local government area of Ebonyi State. The latest attack is the second in 2 weeks after some suspected Fulani men unleashed mayhem in 3 communities of the state. Now, according to a reliable community source, the attackers who invaded the area at about 4 a.m. on Monday equally killed 1 native of the community. The source, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, said many houses were razed down in the areas by the invaders. And the source said incident had caused panic in the area as natives had left the area for other neighboring communities for the safety of their life. The Lagos State government has taken over the welfare of Mary Daniel, the 26-year-old amputee single mother who hawked table water in traffic in the Oshodi area of the state to earn a living. This is just as donations by Good Samaritans from within and outside the country keep pouring into Mary's bank's account. Mary began to live through a grueling life after losing her parents at her right leg in an accident in December 2006 while they were traveling to their hometown in Ayingba, Kogi, and Katsina State for a Yuletide. We'll take a short break now. We'll be back for more stories. Stay with us. And now on the Africa scene, Somalia's lower house of parliament voted on Monday to extend the president's term by 2 years. 149 legislatures backed the proposal. The resolution also orders the Election Commission of Somalia to hold new elections under 2 years. Under Somali law, the proposal has to be voted on the upper house of parliament. President Farmajo welcomes Parliament's decision to return power to the Somali people, the president said in a tweet in Somali. President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo's term officially ended on February 8th, and Monday's development is likely to be rejected by the opposition, which has accused Farmajo of deliberately frustrating the election process to extend his rule. And also on the African scene, almost 1 million people are facing severe hunger in northern Mozambique, where hundreds of thousands of people have been forced to flee a jihadist insurgency, the UN Food Agency said on Tuesday. And as the security situation continues to deteriorate, more than 950,000 people in the north of Mozambique are now facing severe hunger. Islamic State-linked militias have escalated attacks in Mozambique's northernmost province, Cabo Delgado, in the past year, murdering villagers, fighting the army and seizing towns. Now on the foreign scene, the fatal shooting of black man by the police officer in the U.S. city of Brooklyn Center in Minnesota was an accident, the police chief has said. Downton Wright, who is 20, was shot after there was a man to use a taser but mistakenly drew her gun instead, Chief Tim Gannon told reporters. The officer was later named as Kim Porter, who has worked for Brooklyn Center Police for 26 years. And Wright's death has sparked protests and a curfew has been declared. And late on Monday, crowds defied the curfew to gather for a second night outside Brooklyn Center Police headquarters. Witnesses said some threw fireworks and bottles at officers who responded with a tear gas and stun grenades. Now tension in nearby Minneapolis are high as the trial of ex-officer accused killing George Floyd continues. Austrian Health Minister Rudolf Anschober of the Greens, the junior partner in conservative-led coalition, said on Tuesday he is stepping down, exhausted and sick from battling the coronavirus pandemic and occasionally other officials. He said, "I do not want to break myself. In the worst health crisis in decades, the Republic needs a health minister who is 100% fit. That is not currently me." End of quote. In a short notice statement to the media describing blood pressure problems that have caused him to take sick leave twice recently. Anschober, who is a 60-year-old former journalist and school teacher, is one of the country's most popular politicians for his long, patient explanations of pandemic's challenges, often while holding up large printouts of charts. Now up next is sports with Judechi.
Welcome to the Sports Update. I am Jidechi Chidiezie. Real Madrid captain Sergio Ramos, who was already out of this week's Champions League meeting with Liverpool because of a calf injury, has tested positive for COVID-19, the club announced on Tuesday. Ramos is only the second case of coronavirus detected in Real Madrid's squad in a week. French defender Raphael Varane tested positive last Tuesday and is yet to receive a green light to rejoin his teammates. Ramos, who injured his left calf while with Spain during the international window, has been a vocal presence on the sidelines since and is going through one of the most difficult seasons of his career, thanks to injury. The 35-year-old defender's contract with Real Madrid expires on 30th of June. And in other stories, three of Nigeria's popular musicians, Feni the Entertainer, Joe Boy and Franchise, have been engaged to thrill fans at the closing ceremony of the National Sports Festival. According to the competition's project manager, Media and Communications, Ebom Hannah Musa, the closing ceremony have been programmed to give spectators and athletes the best of entertainment as they prepare to depart for their various states. He disclosed that the program, unveiled by the consultant ceremonial, Henry Nzekwe, will last for 3 hours between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Vice President Yemi Oshibajo in attendance. The closing ceremony will hold at the Samuel Obemudia Stadium in Benin City. And that's all for now on the Sports Update.
Thank you, Jidechi. And now in business, Nigerian and Ghanaian Twitter sphere has been set abuzz over the announcement of the choice of Ghana as headquarters of the microblogging platform. Jack Dorsey, Twitter's chief executive officer, announced the development yesterday. Twitter is now present on the continent. Thank you, Ghana, and at Nana Akufo-Addo, #TwitterGhana, Dorsey tweeted. Now, the announcement has since generated reaction from some Nigerians on Twitter as they have taken to the microblogging platform to register different opinions, especially on the choice of Ghana instead of Nigeria. While some blamed the choice and policies said to negatively affect the ease of doing business in Nigerians, others claimed the government's clampdown on protesters during the #EndSARS protest contributed to Twitter's decision to choose Ghana. Still in business, 32 refinery project licenses issued to private investors in the country have become invalid in the past 3 years, according to the Department of Petroleum Resources. The DPRO said on Monday that the number of valid refinery project licenses stood at 23 as of March 2021, down from 44 in April 2018. An analysis of the agency's new list of valid refinery project licenses and that of April 2018 showed that 32 licenses had become invalid, while 11 new licenses were granted between May 2018 and March 2021. And as of April 2018, there were 38 proposed modular refineries with capacity ranging from 5,000 barrels per stream day to 30,000 barrels and 6 conventional plants with a total capacity of 1.35 million barrels. And also, the Central Bank of Nigeria has said that households and business affected by the COVID-19 can now apply for loans under its 50 billion naira targeted credit facility. It said the stimulus package was to support households and micro, small and medium enterprises affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, adding that beneficiaries could access up to 25 million naira. This was disclosed in a tweet on Monday by the Nigeria Incentive-Based Risk-Sharing System for Agricultural Lending Microfinance Bank. The NIRSL Microfinance Bank stated that interested households and businesses could apply via link posted in the tweet. In more news, the management of Dangote Cement BLC said the price of a bag of cement from its factories and plant in Obajana and Boko is 2,450 naira and 2,510 naira at Igbese. Now, the company's group executive director in charge of strategy, portfolio and development and capital projects, Devakuma Edwin, stated this in a statement made available to newsmen on Tuesday. He said that these were the prices of cement, which included the value-added tax VAT as of April 12th. However, the prices of cement range from 3,300 naira to 3,500 naira in Lagos and Ogun State since March 2021. He attributed the high cost of cement in Nigeria to the global rise in demand for cement as a result of the COVID-19 crisis. And that's it for us on News Now. For more stories, visit our website, follow all the social media platforms, subscribe to our YouTube channel, drop a comment for us. My name is Margaret Opara.